Join me as I dig deep into my own walls to see if there's really a monster hiding in there, and face whatever I find head-on. Have you ever lain awake at night, wondering what might be lurking in the shadows of your own home? The creaks and groans of the old wooden floorboards, the faint scuttling sounds behind the drywall. It's enough to send chills down your spine. But what if I told you that your fears might not be entirely unfounded? What if there really is something hiding in your walls, waiting to strike? I think we've all had those moments where we've suspected that something is amiss. Maybe you've noticed a strange smell wafting from the vents, or seen a faint movement out of the corner of your eye. Maybe you've even heard whispers of rumors about creepy crawlies and unwanted critters making themselves at home in the walls of unsuspecting homeowners. But how much of it is just plain old-fashioned paranoia? And how much of it is rooted in reality? In today's video, we're going to explore the fascinating world of hidden creatures in homes and separate fact from fiction. One of the most common fears people have is that their homes are infested with pests, rats, mice, cockroaches, you name it. And it's not entirely unfounded either. According to the National Pest Management Association, nearly 90% of American homes have had some kind of pest problem at some point in their lifetime. But what about the more exotic creatures that might be hiding in the walls? Let's talk about the creepy myths and legends that have been passed down through the ages, stories of giant spiders, snakes, and even mythical creatures like the chupacabra. Are they just the stuff of urban legend? Or is there any truth to these tales? Let's start with the insects. We all know about the common household pests like ants and termites, but what about the more obscure creatures like silverfish or book lice? These tiny insects can cause big problems if left unchecked, and they're often found hiding in the walls and crevices of our homes. And then there are the rodents, mice and rats that burrow into our walls, carrying diseases and destroying our property. But what about the more unusual suspects? Like the raccoon that made headlines a few years ago for taking up residence in a family's attic, or the opossum that was found living in a wall in suburban Chicago. Of course, not all hidden creatures are quite so obvious. In fact, some of the most fascinating and terrifying stories of hidden creatures in walls come from the realm of mythology and folklore. Think about it. From the ancient Greeks to modern-day urban legends, there have been tales of mythical creatures hiding in the shadows, waiting to pounce. The minotaur in the labyrinth, the boogeyman in the closet. There's something primal about our fear of the unknown that lurks in the dark recesses of our homes. But it's not all just myth and legend, folks. Sometimes the truth is even stranger than fiction. Take the case of the family in Texas who discovered a 10-foot-long Burmese python hiding in their attic, or the family in California who found a nest of raccoons living in their walls, complete with a family of adorable baby raccoons peeking out at them from behind the drywall. These stories are both fascinating and terrifying, and they raise some serious questions about what might be hiding in our own walls. Take the case of the Wall Woman of Baltimore, for example. In the 1940s, a series of strange events plagued a family in Baltimore, culminating in the discovery of a mysterious figure hiding in their walls. The figure was described as a woman in old-fashioned clothing, with long hair and a white face. Was it a ghost, a prank gone wrong, or something even more sinister? Whatever the explanation, it's a chilling reminder that sometimes the things that go bump in the night are more than just our imaginations playing tricks on us. So what can we learn from these stories of hidden creatures in walls? For one thing, it's clear that vigilance is key. Whether it's keeping an eye out for signs of pest infestation or being aware of our surroundings, we need to be proactive in protecting our homes and our families from unwanted surprises. And who knows? Maybe, just maybe, we'll uncover some dark secrets hiding in our own walls. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the unknown. If you've got your own stories or experiences of hidden creatures in walls, I want to hear from you in the comments below. And if you're as fascinated as I am by the darker side of home safety, Be sure to check out my next video on DIY home security tips. Until next time, stay vigilant. You never know what might be lurking in the shadows.